Hey everybody, so last Friday I went to watch Mad Max Fury Road, and I've had to wait an entire weekend before I did a review on the movie, simply because it's hard to put it into words and to actually describe this movie, because it's like nothing else I've seen in a long time, in a very, very long time. And that's not a criticism, that's actually very high praise, because this movie is just unbelievably awesome in every single way possible. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get out of the way a few questions that people have about Mad Max Fury Road going into the movie. So a lot of people have actually asked, and I've seen this on different forums, saying, do we need to watch the three original Mad Max movies going into Mad Max Fury Road? Personally, I would say yes. Not for much of context of story or carrying on the story, more as to get where in the universe Mad Max is at this point. Because Mad Max, the first movie, starts off totally different to where Mad Max is in Road Warrior and definitely in Thunderdome. So, with that regards, it kind of gives you a taste of what you're in for in this movie, and that's what I'm going to say about that. Now, other people have actually said that there isn't much plot involved in Mad Max Fury Road, and that's true. But the movie is a very visual storytelling movie. There's not a lot of dialogue, but when there is dialogue, it's good dialogue. And for the majority, the story is told purely through visual means, and it does a great job. You see, there's a difference between movies that do that bad and movies that do that good. And Mad Max Fury Road does that good because the direction and it just everything involved in this movie is just done so well that it's just unbelievable. It really is. It's the only movie I've ever wanted to go back and watch twice, and I haven't had the opportunity to do that yet. But it's just amazing. It really is. I'm not going to go too much into plot and spoil it for everybody about what's going on in the movie. If you've seen Mad Max movies before, then you've got a general gist about what this movie is going to be about and where it goes. It's usually a Mad Max movie is getting yourself to point A to point B without getting yourself killed, and that is the majority of the plot of this movie. But it's done in such a way. You've got the visuals. You know, the movie just looks gorgeous. It really does. It's an eyegasm, and the music in the movie is fantastic, which is an eargasm. It really is. It's an assault on the senses, and when you come out of the movie theater, you're just like, wow, what just happened? Because it is, you know, I don't know how long the movie was, but it was just like the entire movie was just an adrenaline rush ride. It really was. You couldn't. At times, it didn't stop for you to take a breath with each action sequence, which were done fantastic. And this is how you mix CGI with practical effects, and it's done really, really well. So Michael Bay, take note. George Lucas, take note. This is how you use CGI in a movie, in an action movie. I can't, seriously, I came out of the movie with just gobsmacked, because I've got to admit, I went into this movie and I wasn't really interested in it. I went and watched it because my girlfriend wanted to see it, and I was slightly interested in what this movie was going to be about, and it just amazed me. It really did. It was just awesome. Now, the main bad guy in this movie, a lot of people have tried to describe him, but I thought of it like this. You've got to imagine if this guy had a love child with this guy, would produce the main bad guy in Mad Max Fury Road. That's how you've got to look at him. He's a pretty good protagonist. He's sorry, villain. Um, you don't see too much of him, but when you do see him, his presence on the screen conveys that this guy is menacing beyond all means. I mean, the guy's got an entire army of war boys, and that's what his soldiers are called, war boys, at his beck and call, who think this guy is a god in the movie and will do anything for him. And you see that within the very first few minutes of this movie. It's just amazing. I've never seen anything like it. It's I highly recommend people go and watch it. It's just awesome. It really is. And it even made me want to go back and watch Thunderdome, which I think was slightly shit. And I watched Thunderdome again, and I quite actually liked it this time around because Mad Max Fury Road adds relevance to the rest of the movies now. It really does. It just made the rest of the movies look awesome. And another thing that they did, if anybody's actually watched Mad Max, because it was like early 80s, and some of the movies were coming out, I think it was early 80s towards the 90s, when the later movies came out. In order to make the chasers look a lot more furious and fast, they actually sped up the camera to make it look like, the cars are moving a lot faster than they were. And they kind of did that in this movie to make it fit into that movie universe, which I thought was a nice touch. It kind of carried on that thing, and it was brilliant. And the practical effects in this movie, the car chases, the crashes, and the thing is, the music in the film as well, it's not just a soundtrack. The actual music of the movie is playing in the movie. You've got people on the backs of trucks playing drums, banging drums. You've got a guy on the back of one truck playing an electric guitar with a flamethrower coming out of it, which was just awesome. It really was. The music, the visuals just made this movie. And Tom Hardy was fantastic. Charlize Theron was brilliant as well as all the supporting cast. There wasn't a bad actor in this movie. Even the minor roles of the extras was just amazing. Another reason you should watch the first three movies is there's quite a lot of Mad Max Easter eggs in Mad Max Fury Road. Little nods to the past movies if you're very careful and you look. At some points, there's so much stuff going off on the screen. It's like looking at a Where's Wally, or for my American friends, Where's Waldo book, and you're just trying to spot all the different things that's going off in the crowd. It's just awesome. It really is. I can't wait to see a sequel to this movie. There's been talk about another movie just featuring is it Furiosa, the Charlize Theron character in this movie. I'd be quite happy with that because she was amazing in this film. She was. At some point she carried the film, and although there wasn't a lot of dialogue, a lot of the emotion conveyed in this film was done through facial expression. You just knew from the way Max was looking at Charlize Theron and the way she was looking at him that was emotion being conveyed, and it just brilliant. I can't fault this. I know I keep saying this about all these films, they're brilliant, but I only watch the films that I want to watch and that I'm interested in. And if I see a shit film, I will say it's shit. But I can't find anything fault worthy within this movie at all. I just can't. It's how an action film should be. None of that shaky cam shit. You can see all the action as it's going on. And there's one particular scene, I think early on in the movie, it's in the trailer as well, where you see them chasing through that storm cloud. There's one point in the movie where it just completely pulls back and you see the whole shot from a distance, and you see the massive storm cloud and all that kind of thing, and you just think, wow, it's like staring at a painting. A moving painting. It really is. I was just gobsmacked. The sound, the visuals, everything. It just made this movie, the acting, fantastic movie. So, yeah, don't forget to rate and subscribe to this video. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm now up to 13 subscribers, which is awesome. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. This is Agent 117 signing off.
Don't forget to subscribe and like below. Remember, the Batman is watching. Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!